my naivety and sort of my American centrist mentality, I think that I have been worried about something that probably is not at all a problem. One of the things that I've noticed in my travels is that everybody seems to be learning English. English is becoming the universal language. Years ago, I was in Italy. I wanted to take a train from Venice to Florence, I believe it was. And I wanted to purchase the train tickets in Italian, so I worked my way through my little translation book. We used to have to use books for these things, you know. And I went to the ticket agent and I said, I would like 2 tickets, and I was trying to say it in Italian. And the guy heard my struggle and immediately switched to English. And I thought to myself, it was sort of an eye-opening moment, because I thought, how am I ever going to be able to practice a language when the denizens of the country just switch into English automatically? The reality is that many people speak English, and they're happy to do it. They're happy to meet us where we are. And there's a couple problems that go along with that. Americans are already unmotivated in general to learn other languages. And if we can travel to countries and everybody who lives there, or most of the people who live there, are already speaking English, our motivation to learn their language is really going to tank, in my opinion. I don't know how true it is, but I heard a fact a while ago that kind of stuck with me. The idea that you need 200,000 people speaking a particular language in order for it to survive for the next 100 years. And I worry about that. I worry about a place like Iceland, which has a complicated language that is difficult to learn, and yet only 300,000 people live there. And how long will Icelandic live? How long can Icelandic survive under those conditions? So as time has gone by and I've started to kind of really get to the meat of this problem, I think what's happening is that people in other countries will come meet us where we are, transact business, sell us something, sell us train tickets, and then they're very happy to go back to their native language and speak to other Italians or other Icelandic people in their native language. So we are going to be in a position in the future, if we don't start getting out there and learning these languages, we Americans especially, people in the United States particularly, are going to be in a position in the future where everybody is speaking to us in our language, and then we are losing the ability to really engage with them in their culture. Sort of the beginning of a hypothesis of something that I'm seeing. So I thought I'd kind of put it out there at the moment and kind of see, as my world travels continue, see how this thesis changes over time. This week I continued my study of the movie PK. Jagu and Sarfraz, these 2 characters in the movie, have a meet cute, and which is sort of hard to explain. It's hard to explain. So they're sitting there and getting to know each other a little bit, and she introduces herself to him. Now, I had to do this interaction at about 50% speed most of the time. I was able to come up to 75%, but sometimes I had to go back down to 25% because I was really trying to sort out all the little intermediary words that comprised each of the sentences. At the end of the scene, she tells him what her job is, and then she asks him what his job is, and that's where I'm ending the scene, because then it starts to get fraught. He starts to get sort of a troubled look on his face, because he knows that what he does for a living is not going to please her. So she says, Jagu. He says, Jagu? She says, Miranam. Papa Nitasab Bram Dram Viata. Jagat Janani. Skulman Sab Jaratudu. Carmene Shortadia. And then he says, Voven Seho. And then she says, Ne, Delhi, Q production garhos karea. Dum?